What's up, Greg, and welcome back to the Beef Zone, baby. This is where we talk about the internet's hottest drama going on right now. Today we're going to be talking about Axel Weber. He's a TikTok star, and he's already started one of the year's most insane internet quarrels. I don't particularly talk about internet drama too much on my channel, but I had to do an installment of the Beef Zone just this once because this is a pretty unique case. I don't think I've ever seen anybody start an internet beef quite like this before. And that's because this dude, Axel, has started a feud with a college. This dude has started beef with a four-year accredited institution. I've never seen that happen before. Other influencers are out here starting beefs with each other because of like messy breakups, problematic tweets. This dude's out here starting beef with institutions. That's crazy. I'm gonna start doing that. The DMV, you're done. You're canceled. I had to wait in line once 5 years ago when I got my license renewed. You're done. Everybody go harass the DMV now, please. No, don't actually do that. This dude, Axel Weber, he's a very popular TikToker. He's got 3.9 million followers. He is, okay. What was that? It looked like he was calling me. Okay, it's to share to WhatsApp, I see. I click on it, he's like, hey dude, are you making a video about me right now? No. How did you know that? So yeah, he was already really popular on TikTok. He had like 1 million followers a couple months ago, and now he's skyrocketed to almost 3.9 million followers, mostly because of this series of videos he did auditioning for Juilliard's acting school, and he did not get in. And his fans were like so upset by this that they started a war with Juilliard, which like thrust Axel into the spotlight because all of these major news outlets were like covering this dude. And so now he has like almost 4 million followers literally because he didn't get into Juilliard. Kind of crazy considering I also didn't get into Juilliard and I don't have 4 million followers on TikTok. So what happened with that? I didn't even get an audition with Juilliard. They didn't even offer me one. How fucked up is that? Where are my fans? Greg, what's going on? It's just kind of crazy that you can get famous for not doing something impressive, you know? Like if he had gotten into Juilliard, that would be really cool. That'd be worth, you know, making a big stink about, I feel like, because like nobody gets into Juilliard. Dude, did you hear about that guy who's going viral because he's gonna try to climb Mount Everest blindfolded with his hands tied behind his back? Oh no way, dude, that sounds insane. Did he actually do it? No, no, actually he did not. He's dead. He died. Not even on the mountain either. He choked on a granola bar on the flight to Mount Everest. He's going viral? Yeah, dude, his funeral has 800 million likes. So I feel like to fully appreciate this story, we kind of have to go back to the beginning where it all began. So in December of 2021, just about a month ago, Axel had just moved to New York. He's pursuing acting. He's making a bunch of TikToks about living in the world's smallest apartment, and he has just hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
Hi, we just hit 1 million on TikTok. Come on.
I can see why he had followers to begin with. He's like a charismatic guy. I'm sure people think he's handsome. He's got personality. He does his little dancey dance. Look at him go. But little did Axel know at the time that one Juilliard audition would change his life forever. And not because he did a good job, but because he did so bad that it changed his life forever.
Dear Axel, on behalf of the Juilliard division, thank you for your interest in our program and for sharing your talent with the faculty during the initial audition. As you are already aware, due to our callback process, you are no longer under consideration for admission for fall 2022.
It sounds like he already knew he wasn't getting in. It's kind of fucked up that they even sent him the letter. You already know this because we didn't give you a callback after your audition, but just so you know, you're still not accepted to Juilliard. You still did a really bad job. There's no chance of you getting in here. How many times do they have to tell him he didn't get into Juilliard? Damn. They just send him a letter every year. Dear Axel, as you may have guessed, as you are 2 years into going to a completely different school for a completely different degree, you did not get into Juilliard. Your audition was very bad, Axel. You ruined your chances of an acting career, Axel. Over the past 2 years, we have been telling every casting director and pretty much everyone who works in the industry how bad your audition was. We've had a lot of time to destroy your career, Axel, and we've done it. So it's a pretty sad video of him not getting into his dream school. I definitely feel for him, and a lot of other people did too. So basically what happened after that is a bunch of people started rallying to support him. You had like all of his own fans commenting being like, fuck Juilliard, dude, you don't need Juilliard. Even some celebrities weighed in.
Hello, Axel.
Hi, Charlie.
I replied to your video, but I figured I'd do a video message as well.
Appreciate it.
Not only did I not get into Juilliard, but I didn't get into 5 of these prestigious schools that I wanted to get into that I thought could better my career.
Don't believe it.
And while I do think school is great, and
Same.
I did end up going to Berkeley,
Okay.
A prestigious
Berkeley.
conservatory for the arts
Congrats.
is not going to be the thing that defines your career as an actor.
Ooh.
Honestly, I mean, it's a sweet sentiment, and I agree with the message. You know, not every famous actor went to a super prestigious school like Juilliard to learn how to act. You know, some just had rich parents, and so that's how they got into it. Lucky for him, I feel like he seems to like Charlie Puth. I feel like this video would not be nearly as impactful if it was like some guy that Axel does not care about. There's a video of Vanilla Ice being like, take it from me, Vanilla Ice. I didn't get into Juilliard either, but that didn't stop me from becoming the 20th most famous person for 1 month in 1995 and then slowly slipping into obscurity for the rest of my life. Axel's like, oh, thanks, dude. Does anyone else want to chime in? Did anyone else not get into Juilliard? Someone with like a lifelong body of work? Someone with a really impressive career? It wasn't just like celebrities reaching out to Axel either. There were like different organizations being like, hey, you don't need Juilliard, dude. Come work with us and we'll get you to where you want to be in your career.
I didn't get into Juilliard. We know that.
And I did get another letter to prove it. This is the 17th one they've sent me now.
But I did get a modeling contract with one of the largest agencies in the world.
So I am a little confused about how this happened or why Axel seems to be so like excited about it. It does seem to be like totally unrelated to what he said his dream was. I thought he wanted to be an actor and go to a prestigious acting school. Like, does he even want to be a model? I don't know if he's ever mentioned it before. I watched a few of his TikToks from like before that, and it seemed like he really wanted to be an actor. It's like a totally different industry. All right, guys, you know that my dream of becoming a professional actor didn't work out, but I am still gonna be working in the industry, it turns out. I got a job at a movie theater. I think I may be able to work my way up from there. I think you'll be seeing me on the big screen real soon. It's just weird to see him going from not getting into a school that he wasn't qualified for to getting a job that it seems like he is even less qualified for, because I assume he at least had some sort of like acting prowess or like did some sort of acting before he started applying to acting schools. But modeling, it's like he didn't even want to do that before. Not only did he get a modeling job out of getting rejected from Juilliard, he also got a New York Times article.
We just made the New York Times. When Axel Weber was rejected from Juilliard, the internet stepped in.
The article is basically covering how all of Axel's fans flooded the Juilliard Instagram account to like lambast them in the comments, which to be fair, Axel does say like, don't do that.
More than anything, we cannot bash Juilliard though. They're just doing their job.
I don't want to lead you into thinking that Axel like actively encouraged this and like caused this to happen. Like he was like, fuck Juilliard. Everybody ripped them to shreds in the comments. But his videos did unintentionally have that consequence. And it's pretty crazy to read some of the comments that people have left on Juilliard's Instagram account. Let's take a look at some of them. Their most recent posts have like 0 comments, 1 comment, 6 comments. Let's go to around the time this Axel Weber drama was going on. 1,000 comments, 2,000 comments, 18,000 comments. 18,000? Dude, what were people saying? Let my boy Axel in. He deserves better. Let Axel in. Get my boy in. My dog died on campus and they tied me up and made me eat it. Doesn't have anything to do with Axel. Dude is just straight up slandering this university because his boy didn't get in. Don't worry, Axel. You should be glad you didn't get in there. All right? They made me eat my pet. You're gonna regret it when that man wins an Oscar. I honestly don't even think that they would regret it if he like ended up having a successful acting career. They really only care about the people they did admit having successful acting careers. In general, I've seen a lot of comments that have the same tone of like, I bet Juilliard wishes they never rejected my man. And it's like, yeah. Probably, but I don't think it's for the reason you think. I don't think it's like the dean's office that are like, oh, we should have never said no. He's so talented. Look at him on TikTok doing his little dancey dance. He's wearing a sweater. He's modeling. Oh, what we could have had. No, it's not them, dude. It's the poor like 20-year-old marketing intern that runs the Juilliard school Instagram account. It's the person who keeps getting notifications on their phone saying like, let Axel in. New Instagram comment. Let Axel in. They're the one that's probably like, Jesus Christ, couldn't they just fucking accept this kid? I really like this comment. Let him in, you dogs. L school. Juilliard does not care, all right? They do not care that they have 18,000 comments on one post. The headmaster of Juilliard, what is it? What is like the person who is in charge called? Is it the dean? The headmaster? The principal? I went to college. I don't know why the president. We had a president of our school. I don't think the president is reading these comments being like, L school. Oh, classes are canceled today. Go home. Everyone go home. It's also like, whoa, dude, don't start insulting the kid's dream school. You're not really rooting for him if you're like, oh, you wanted to go to that L school, Axel? That decrepit excuse for a school run by dogs? I definitely feel bad for whatever school he applies to next if he ever tries to apply for college again. When they get that application, they're just gonna like start sweating immediately. All right, who's next on the list of applicants? right. No pressure, but if we don't let this kid in, we're gonna get doxxed and swatted. Right now, you're probably wondering, like, what were Axel's chances of getting into Juilliard? Like, was he a shoo-in and like a really good actor and had like an insane experience? What is this guy's qualifications? First off, let's look up how hard is it to get into Juilliard. Spelled Juilliard wrong, so I am definitely not going to get in. Admission to Juilliard is highly competitive with an overall acceptance rate between 5 and 8%. So it's an extremely difficult school to get into. Obviously, it's like insanely prestigious. But you know, maybe he killed his audition. Maybe he's a great actor. So let's see. He has a TikTok talking about how his audition went. So let's hear in his own words how he describes it.
Here's how you absolutely botch a Juilliard audition. Remember I said the only thing I can't do is an accent? I did an accent. I couldn't help it. I just Oberon and make him smile. It just sounds better when he sounds like he came straight out of an HBO show.
All right, I know it's not the point of the TikTok, but what does he mean I couldn't help it when he said he did the accent? Like, did you prepare your audition and not practice an accent at all? And then the second you get into your audition, you're like, hello, governor. Why am I talking like this? Oh, no. Did you really just decide to do an accent on the fly? Because, like, holy shit, what a bad idea. Of course you didn't get into Juilliard, dude. You went off book. You became a different nationality. Live.
The guy gave me absolutely no reaction. He just stared right into my soul.
I feel like that's kind of how auditions go, though. If you do a really great job, they're not supposed to be like, like right off the bat. I think they're supposed to play it cool because they can't like make you think you got the part just in case, you know, someone even better comes in and then they have to give it to that person. And what reaction was he expecting? Guys, I don't think my audition went very well. The admissions director didn't even come. He just said, thanks, that'll be all. You know what he should have done if he wanted to impress them? He should have came into the audition speaking in a British accent, and then when he was actually reading his monologue, switched to his regular American accent. They would have been blown away.
I have an audition for Juilliard, January 9th. I have to learn some Shakespeare. Never even read Hamlet. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes I lurk in a gossip's bowl. I don't understand what's happening.
Not that I really think that this made a difference, but just a word of advice. If you're applying for a college, I wouldn't post on your like public social media something about like the application process or the audition process being like, I don't know what the fuck this means. This shit's dumb, dude. Shakespeare sounds like an idiot, man. It's also weird that like, after all of these videos of him being like, I don't know what the fuck Shakespeare is, and him being like, I randomly did an accent at the audition, that all of his fans still have his back. And they're still like, you deserve to get into Juilliard. Don't worry, we'll take it from here. We're gonna get you into Juilliard. We're gonna storm Juilliard for you, buddy, don't worry. Anything to get you in. All of this brings up a bigger topic of like, why are people so invested in this guy getting into Juilliard? This guy who like, has literally shown no prowess, no acting prowess whatsoever. He's been like, I botched my audition. I don't fuck with Shakespeare. He seems like a nice kid too. I just don't understand why people are like so ride or die for Axel getting into Juilliard. Probably a decent amount of them are joking and just thought it would be funny to like get way too into it and take his side. But I do think it's also kind of like the cute teen white boy effect, where like a fan base of 12-year-olds will literally do anything for a white guy that they think is cute. You know who I think probably hates this more than anyone? The students who actually did get into Juilliard. Just seeing this dude get rejected and be rewarded for like his not being very good at acting with a modeling contract and an extra 3 million followers. Meanwhile, you get into Juilliard and you get rewarded with student loans. I think that this guy is benefiting from a lot of privilege and maybe not realizing it. I don't know, man. He seems like a sweet kid, but also is sort of coming off a little bit like, I deserve this. Like he moved to New York expecting to get into one of the top 10 acting schools. Like that's why he says he lives in this apartment. And it seems like that sense of entitlement has been picked up a little bit by his fans as well. The whole thing kind of reminds me of like the Alex from Target phenomenon, when like just this random cute boy got like thrust into the spotlight and millions of followers because he was like attractive once. I don't know. Let's see how his modeling career is going. I wonder if he's posted any updates on that. Oh, this TikTok is called First Photo Shoot. He's a natural. All right, well, that's pretty much the whole Axel Weber thing. It seems like he's doing good now. He's got his modeling career going, and I guess we'll be seeing him on the cover of Vogue pretty soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do and you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.